Welcome to Arkham Reactor. So, Asking Alexandria, today I've just released their new album, See What's in the Inside. And I'm going to admit it, I never done the reaction for Alone Again. And the reason for that is I was just kind of too excited. I had heard a few comments from people and I just thought, I'm not even going to do a reaction. It's just time to go and watch it. And after I watched it or listened to it because the music video wasn't out by then, I went over to Chris MTN's channel. So up there, our buddy Chris, and he's from Liverpool, and he did a reaction to it, and I thought he was right on the nail when it came to that song from Asking Alexandria. It was a bit like Avenged Sevenfold meets Asking Alexandria, just with Ben's rhythm, the guitars and things like that. The voice of Danny though was just Danny, so you could tell it was Asking Alexandria with a twist. So a little bit of a background about Asking Alexandria. I started off as a fan from I think it was Stand Up Scream or Reckless and Relentless, and I've just followed them right through up till today. And I'm gonna give you something that I probably shouldn't tell you. The last album, it was called Like a House on Fire. I wasn't too a big fan of that because it just didn't seem to me like the authentic Asking Alexandria. The self-titled one was Asking Alexandria turned into kind of hard rock, light metal, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Under Denver is my favourite song from that, but it just didn't seem like it was to Asking Alexandria. I know they were taking a risk by doing something a little bit different. It did pay off. It was a good album. It just wasn't 100% my style. But when I heard Alone Again, I thought, this shit is good. I don't think every reactor like ourselves that have done reactions to it thought it was absolutely. It sounded like the old Avenged Sevenfold, which to me, that isn't a bad thing at all. It wasn't Avenged Sevenfold like a direct copy, but it was something definitely worth listening to. And every kind of Discord group that I'm in, I've recommended it to people because it is such a good song. But we're just starting off the album today. I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 songs today, release them, and then maybe by Monday or Tuesday I'll finish off the album and give the overall results of it. But today we're doing, well, first of all, we're doing Faded Out by Asking Alexandria, and really, folks, there's not really much to say, but let's do it. So we're just gonna go for it. Let's go. Just gonna pause there just for a wee second. The wee Just before he hit the end, well, really, I thought it was rather the end of the chorus or the beginning of the chorus. He'd done a light wee vocal fry, and that was just nice. I'm not a vocal coach, nowhere near it, but there's just these wee things that you hear, and you're like, "It's pretty damn good." Seems like Ben's guitar skills have just kind of they've definitely improved. From what I've heard from people that have listened to the full album straight through, this is more of a kind of hard rock album with some surprises. I know Alone Again was a surprise to people, and but overall this song's just it's pretty chill. It's in a way it's still kind of hard heavy, but it is pretty chill at the same time. I just think it's a from kind of only halfway through. It's definitely a good beginning to, as if you've not heard Alone Again, you're going to kind of carry on that train of it being good. But we're just going to go back about 10 seconds and let's finish it. What? Right, a few wee things. Just to, I didn't expect the kind of rap part from Danny, just kind of in the later parts, right? It's not something I would expect from Asking Alexandria. It's something more kind of full in reverse you would get with Ronnie Radke nowadays doing that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't expect it from Danny. I don't. I think I could technically label it as rap, but more kind of fast, kind of progressive, in a way, kind of speaking. And then Ben and the guitars, it's just even at the end there was a high note and everything else like that on the guitar. It just sounded pretty good overall. From the first two songs, I'm not doing the song intro. It's about 56 seconds and would it really be worth a reaction? I'm not too. I don't think so, to be honest. But overall, for Faded Out, in theory, quite heavy. There was wee slow down bits which kind of add to, in theory, an effect, almost like go pretty hard, slow it down for a wee second, then straight back in, which is always quite good. I don't know if you would call that in music theory. It's not crescendo, and it's not. It's not too sure, but in theory, it's just it was a nice. It was a nice opening to it. It wasn't terrible. I don't mind hard rock, to be honest. Like people like Shinedown, things like that. That's kind of up my street as well. This was a good beginning for the album. Just hopefully when we go through the rest of it, because next we've got Never Gonna Learn. Hopefully that's rather on these kind of lines or sometimes a wee bit heavier. If it's a more kind of ballady one, then let's see how that goes. But overall, very very decent for a beginning. I don't think really there's much in theory that you could improve with this. It was a kind of going on from the self-titled to the last album. It's kind of carrying on that same kind of feeling, but just slightly different. Vocals, Danny's vocals, you can't really judge them at all. They're always spectacular. I think that's what people were missing when it came to when you were hearing the Black Album live, and when Dennis was doing it, they were missing the live vocals a wee bit. It's kind of a fan theory that rather some people rather preferred Dennis, or some people rather preferred the studio recordings of Dennis and the live version of Danny and things like that. But I always thought I preferred Danny, but I always like to hear just a little bit of Ben. With his Ben's vocals are great. Can't lie about that. So would sometimes nowadays like a wee bit of Ben thrown in there, but overall, fantastic start to the album. Decent, very decent. So see you for the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and our links and the original video will be in the description as well. See you next one.